What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be creating this Swiss style Boy Meets World poster. Wow, that was difficult to say. Anyway, I'm going to be using Adobe Illustrator and then maybe finishing up some effects in Photoshop, not sure yet. Before we get started, please hit the like and subscribe button below and also click the bell for notifications. It'll tell you every time I upload a new video. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so I already have my trusty grid system for my Swiss posters all set up, and I actually did a video on that, on how to set these up. So if you'd like to watch that, then go ahead and check this one out here, and we'll go ahead and get started here. So I kind of jotted down an idea that I had for this, and it was if you ever watch this show, it's a really good show actually. So Boy Meets World came out in the 90s, and for going Swiss, we might as well go Helvetica, right? I know that there are some other font choices that you could use, but I think we're just gonna go with Helvetica. We'll make sure that our kerning looks really good and everything. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's see here. I am going to really just kind of lay things out in general, kind of where I want them, and then we can refine them from that point. And what I'd like to do is, if you ever watch Boy Meets World, I'm gonna go ahead and hide the guys really quickly, just so I can create these elements here. If you ever watched Boy Meets World back in the 90s, I think it was the first 2 seasons maybe, or maybe it was just the first season, but it had the logo itself had like the it said, you know, Boy Meets World, and it had like a baseball and the globe inside of it. And I was doing a little bit of doodling a couple of I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, and I actually had a realization on something. So I'll show you what that realization was. And let's go ahead and round this off to probably 6 inches. It doesn't really matter what the size is right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and recreate kind of what I did, kind of what I sketched out here. So first off, let's reset this to 0, push this down about right here, and then we'll just kind of pull this in one by one until it gets to a good point. I think -3 is good, and then we'll just do the same thing up here, and then we'll just bring it in 3 inches. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and grab all 3 of these, go to expand, and we'll expand all of those objects. And I'm gonna go ahead and click on the, wait, no, what happened? Oh, I think it got deselected somehow. All right, so the divide, and then I'm gonna go in with my direct selection tool and just cut these out individually right here, just so I'm left with these 3. All right, so I'm going to unite. Oh wait, sorry, I need to get rid of those fills inside there. So I'm going to lock this real quick. So direct select same fill color, and then inverse the selection. All right, now it got rid of all of those paths, so I can unite together. Okay, so this is going to be our base, our world, so our globe. And then if you I think I already gave away the secret, but if you do a slight rotation, then it's also a baseball. So so now what I'm going to do is go over here, and I'm going to just duplicate this. And actually, no, I'm not going to duplicate it yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Live Paint. And then there's a great website that I'm going to show you where you can go get Swiss color palettes. So let me pull that up real quick. All right, so if you've never seen this site before, this is definitely one to bookmark. So what I want to do is I want to go in here and grab some colors, and I'm thinking that I like this green one right here. I may actually change the background of this to black, and I may do like a reverse on all of the text and everything like that. So I'm just going to kind of experiment around real quick. So I'm going to go to my Live Paint bucket tool, double click on my color, and we're just going to fill this in. So these are going to be green, obviously, representing the land. And then I'm going to grab maybe this nice light blue. And what's really cool about this, the color picker, is that just clicking it copies it to your clipboard, the hex value. Okay, very cool. All right, so now what we'll do is, the show kind of says that, the like a baseball is like the universal symbol for boy, so at least it certainly was when I was a kid. I was a huge baseball fan and still am a huge baseball fan. Go Cubs. Sorry Cardinals fans. All right, let's see, go to live paint bucket, and I gotta paste my value in there. Okay, so do all white right here. And actually, you know what I just realized? I need to, you know what? I really messed up on this. So what I need to do here is I probably need to recreate this. Not a big deal, because those inner lines right there actually need to be red, and then the outer lines need to be black. So let's just recreate. It won't take too long to do that. Let's see, did I do 40? I believe it was 40. And I'll just bring this over here to make sure that it was 40. You know what? I think... Oh, wait. Duh. There we go. Gotta be the right size, Jason. Okay. So now, yes, it was 40. Good. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll just kind of repeat the same process, and I'll go a little bit faster. You know what I'll do is I will go ahead and speed this up so you don't have to watch me do all the tedious stuff again. Okay, so now that I've got this done the correct way, I'm going to select all of it and rotate it to where those curves are right there. Nice, straight up and down curves, I guess you can call them that. So the inside of this, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and I'm going to reset the bounding box because I can't stand when it's all crazy like that. All right, so we're going to go to live paint bucket and live paint bucket and make. All right, so now I don't remember what color did I choose for the inside of the baseball. I guess it didn't really matter, just as long as it's a nice almost white color in case we do apply some of those effects, which I'll probably do. So this is a little bit more beige for my taste, so I think I'm gonna go to you got a sneak peek of one of my posters there. All right, go into here. Okay, let's go get a nice red color. I want something that's really dynamic, and pretty much all those Swiss colors are, so that's good. Oh yeah, just gotta actually put the color in first. There we go. Okay, so here is our baseball. And I think what we'll do is, I'll just kind of resize both of these to 6. That way all the lines and everything are all lining up. So now that we've got our elements, you know what? I think I'm gonna change the green to something also a little bit more dynamic, because that green is a little bit dull. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Okay, that's better. And I think it still works well with that blue. Okay, so what I'd like to do is kind of bring these together. So like, there's boy, baseball, world, globe, and then I'd like something meets. And since we're designing a Swiss poster, why not do a plus sign, right? All right, so let's do a plus sign. And we'll make it the same stroke weight as the other ones. And I'd like to... of course, it's green right now, but we'll definitely change that. So let's expand this, and then I'm going to cut, because what I'd like to do is something a little bit visually interesting here. I kind of like the idea of it overlapping. Right now I'm going to change it just to black, but I'm probably going to, like I said, you know what? Since I already think that I'm gonna do a black background for this, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. And just like we've learned in our past videos, let's make it a little bit darker so that once we apply, if we apply like a slight grain overlay to it, then that grain will show up. And let's unlock the text. We'll just go ahead and make that white. And for something like this, we'll change this to white. It's looking pretty cool. And let's see, let's expand this so I can select that black. Good. Wonder if we should probably, just so we can get some good contrast against that background, maybe do something like a mid-gray or something like that for our outlines. I think that's looking good. And we're probably going to have to, let's see, let me go ahead and group all of that together. And we're probably going to have to, sorry, I'm trying to think of something here. Probably going to have to resize the size of that ball and the globe. Let's go ahead and show our guides. For some reason, my guides are not showing. There. You know what? I may have accidentally deleted them. So let's go ahead and grab these again. Are they locked? No, they're not locked. Okay, good. All right, so let's group. Good. Okay. All right, we're good now. I think I may have somehow accidentally deleted those guides, and I'm not sure how that could have happened. All right, so we've got our title. You know what? First thing I want to do is I want to get these elements locked in place exactly where I want them. So let's align this to that grid right there. Let's see, we've got, snap to grid. I want to make sure that's turned on. Oh wait, sorry, guides. So that's fine. What we'll do is, there we go. That's perfect. All right, so let's make sure that our right anchor point is on, and we'll just kind of go the full width. Oops, go the full width from there. And yes, I did hold down shift. Good. And we'll just grab that value right there. Move that anchor point and then do this. That's strange. Is this not aligned center? That's really weird. Let's grab our guides again. And, well, how come I can't grab my guides? They're not locked. So let's lock them and then unlock them. Let's see how that works. Well, what in the world? Okay. Okay. The actual layer itself is locked. Okay. Perfect. I don't remember doing that. Did I do that? I don't think I did. Oh. I swear. I really do know what I'm doing. I should just make a shirt that says that. I really know what I'm doing, I swear. All right, so what happened was I had this aligned to this guide instead of this one. So that's that. So welcome to my YouTube channel. All right. Let's lock those guides up again. All right, good. And I really do like the I really do like that flow right there. It's really cool. We've got those nice simple lines, and for the most part you should know exactly what this is, what message this is communicating as soon as you see it, especially when accompanied with the text itself. All right, so now what we'll do is I think that we could probably stand to make the text a little bit larger. So let's go all the way to where that guide is right there on the outer portion of the guide. And let's go up here to where, right here at the very, very top of the text. And we'll get it right there to that line. And then we will adjust our leading. I think 140 is good. Actually, you know what? Let's just make it 139 because that's what the text size is. Let's see what it looks like without the guides. I think I may add a little bit more space, maybe 10 points. Okay, I think that looks good. And let's go in and kern this. That B and that O definitely need some kerning. Let's maybe give it just a touch more. I think -40 is wrong, -50 is wrong, -45 is just right. Okay, we'll just kind of bring this in a little bit. And just a touch on that one. Also just a touch on that one. The T and the S are fine. W and O, just kind of bring that in a little bit. And then the L and the D. Good. All right. So that is right at 139. And then what I'd like to do here is I'd like to add some cast members. So I actually have these written down, and we'll do it in true type style, everything nice and lowercase. I'm going to divide by 4. For this, I think that may be a, you know what? Maybe divide by 3. Okay, there we go. And then we'll just take it up to 50. Okay. Bring this down here. And let's make sure that the baseline of the text. So the baseline is going to be right where that little line, this line right here is. So bring this right here to the, right up to the guide. I think we could definitely stand to tighten that up just a little bit more. And we'll do the same thing here. And good. Yep, that placement is good there. So I've got 5 cast members that I want to put down here. So that will work out just fine. And now that I see this, depending on how long these names end up actually, like how much space they end up taking up, we may need to adjust the text size. So let's first get the actual names in. So Ben Savage, Ryder Strong, Danielle. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. Fischel. I've never known how to pronounce that last name. I'm so sorry, Danielle, if you ever see this. And then, of course, yeah, we had Will Friedel. Ugh, I'm so sorry. Okay, and William Daniels, Mr. Feeney. Okay, so now that I'm looking at this, these may need to actually be smaller. Okay, so 139. I will go with my original gut instinct to divide by 4. Okay, so now we'll get these exactly lined up with our grid system here. That's looking good. And the other ones should be perfect already because we only had to move the x-axis, not the y-axis. So we should be good. And then we'll just grab William Daniels' name here and push all the way over to that guide. Make sure that, you know what, let's lock the guides, which they should be already because the layer was locked. But just to be on the safe side. All right, so now we just distribute the space there. And this is looking good. I think the last thing that I'll add is I did write down the years that it ran. So it ran from 93. And yes, I am using an in dash, 93 to 2000. 93 to 00 could be a little bit abstract. So let's see how this looks doing this. And I think that I may rotate. Yeah, Let's get that exactly to the grid. Okay. All right, I think that is looking really cool. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is let's unlock everything. And let's go drop this into Photoshop and then apply some effects to it. Okay, so I got this dropped into Photoshop. And now what I'm gonna do is go into my resources. And you know what? I actually, I grabbed a few of these paper textures off of Unsplash. So let me see if either one of these would work. I actually like this one a lot. So let's bring this in. And we'll just enlarge it. This is 18 by 24, by the way, just in case I didn't say it before. All right, so now there's our paper texture right there. And since we have a not quite black and also not quite white type, actually, did I do that? You know what? Now I think about it. Yeah, I did do that. Perfect. All right, just wanted to make sure. Then those textures will show up just fine when we apply these. Okay, so some of these are a little bit too subtle. I think I may go in and probably adjust some of the levels a little bit. But I do like difference. Difference and divide usually do a really good job of maintaining the colors, especially if they're if there's a lot of contrast between them. And I do kind of like these little specks that are happening in here. I think that if it were too much, then I would definitely go in and kind of clean those up a little bit. But as you can see right here, this right here gives you a good understanding of what the texture looks like once it's applied to it. So I'm going to play around with the curves a little bit, and I'm just going to apply it to the paper texture itself and not to the artwork below. If you get too low with this curvature right here, then you start to lose the texture in the white areas, and they start to really brighten up in the black areas. So you just got to be careful to make sure you maintain that balance. You want to see the texture in both the white and the black areas. So I think that just kind of dipping it just a little bit actually gives us what we're looking for. And I think that I may do some kind of just slightly or slight age effect here. I don't want it to look pure and super crisp. I want to make it look a little bit aged, so I'm just going to use what I already have in here as a guide for placing the art, all the artwork itself. We'll go ahead and delete this vector smart object, and then let's see, let me grab the hex value for this color, and then we'll just go in and add it as a solid color background. So that way we still have that, and we can selectively do a Gaussian blur on the artwork itself without it applying to the actual background. 3 may be a little bit too heavy, so let's try 2. Okay, that's good. So that way it gives it a little bit more of an aged effect. Even on the smaller text, it's totally fine, and it doesn't affect its legibility at all. All right, so now let's take a look at the final product. Here is my Swiss style Boy Meets World poster for a fantastic series. If you've never seen it, I definitely highly recommend giving it a watch. It's a great show, one of the best from the 90s. All right, well, thanks for designing along with me today and watching me create that Boy Meets World Swiss style inspired poster. It was a mouthful and also really hard to say. Again, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe at the bottom. Also click the bell for notifications. It'll tell you every time I upload a new video. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.